Okay, welcome back to the Big Three Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Chow. Alongside me today is my good friend and co-host, Akash Nandi. Akash, how are you?
All right, how about you?
Not bad, not bad. Okay, before we start, we just like to say that we have our thoughts and prayers with Jacob Blake. Obviously, horrible situation down in Wisconsin. Another act of police brutality against African Americans down in the States. It's not acceptable. And because of this, huge developing news out of the NBA this afternoon. The NBA has decided to boycott all three of its games today, starting with the Magic and the Bucks. A Thunder Rockets game today has also been boycotted, as well as the Trailblazers Lakers game. I think LeBron James said it best, where these games are not being postponed; they're being boycotted, as he said on his Instagram story earlier today. Obviously, this is in retaliation and protest. The players have had enough of African Americans getting shot at, obviously facing police brutality for no reason. Jacob Blake, obviously an innocent man just trying to break up a fight. Uh, so in wake of that, the Magic Bucks game that I think was supposed to be going at 4:30 Eastern time. Quote me if I'm wrong. That's been boycotted. The Thunder Rockets game has been boycotted, and the Trailblazers Lakers game tonight has also been boycotted. A lot of response from different other different leagues to the WNBA have all boycotted their games too. None of their games will be played tonight. Quite a touching picture here on Twitter from Bleacher Report. It reads WNBA players from the Mystic, Dream, Lynx, Sun, Mercury, and Sparks take a knee and lock arms while wearing shirts that spell out Jacob Blake. Obviously, a very, very powerful statement and picture over there. LeBron James has come out and said this on his Twitter. He reads, quote, F this man. We demand change. Sick of it. Obviously, a horrible, horrible situation. The MLB has come out and taken action too. The Reds Brewers game today has been postponed, as well as the Mariners Padres game. And Jeff Passan, around half an hour ago, has tweeted that the Dodgers Giant game has also been postponed for today. Obviously, these three leagues have taken great leaps into protesting police brutality, and it's just great to see that big of a group just coming together and rallying as one for one cause that's greater than sports at the end of the day.
And there's lots of support coming out from many different leagues. You see a lot of NHL players. I'm quoting JT Brown right now,
Yeah,
listening and learning about as good as my 1-year-old. So that's pretty powerful. I think it's a diss out to anyone who said that they were listening and learning. And
yeah,
then you also have, I think it was Matt Dumba who was, he said, "Great job, NBA." That's he's with them. And then you even had Evander Kane coming out saying some stuff. These are the three. I would say they are like the three. They're the forefront of the Black Lives Matter
for sure.
uh, thing in the NHL. So they came out supporting the NBA players and teams, and like you said, the MLB and the WNBA have all made their own movements.
Yeah, I was just actually about to read the JT Brown tweet. Obviously, JT Brown, Matt Dumba, Evander Kane have had a huge impact on the NHL and combating police brutality and their protesting and stuff. Obviously, Matt Dumba with that super powerful speech earlier on when Minnesota was in the bubble. But the NHL is coming under some controversy for not doing anything about this necessarily. Akeem Eliu, former NHL player, currently a free agent, has come out and tweeted on Twitter, quote, amazing statement of solidarity for the Black community by the NBA, WNBA, and MLB players. But then he goes on to say, quote, NHL, where you at? Tick tock. Thoughts on that, Akash? I know there hasn't been really any, besides the Matt Dumbin thing, obviously Vander Kane and JT Brown have all come out and said things on this really, what's it called? Brutal situation. What are your thoughts on this tweet by Kim here?
You know what? In some ways I agree, but at the same time, I think out of all leagues in the beginning, it's in the qualifying, the play-in rounds, I think a lot of people were saying the NHL were doing it right, and I think I agree. You had players during the anthem; they were setting a an example. They were letting out a statement, and they weren't doing it disrespectfully, which I think is a, a big plus. But right now, I do agree with the key value that there's got to be more action taken. People have got to know about what's happening, and the NHL has to use the NHL and all of their players have to use their platform to get this point across. Black lives do matter.
For sure, and oh boy, I think this is just, even though Kim's not in the league right now, I think this is so very powerful statement. Obviously, nothing's really been done. I think it's just the way the NHL works, where I think it's more. No one was kneeling. I think the farthest the players have gone was Matt Dumba doing his fist thing during the national anthem. But obviously, I just love that they're raising awareness, coming together as one for such a great topic. That's that's more than sports. It's about coming together as one. It's the human race, human nation. It's, again, as a lot of people are saying, it's racist. It's non-racist people versus racist. So, something to add on, Akash?
Nope, I got nothing to say.
All right. Well, obviously, we hope for the best for Jacob Blake and his family, and we really do hope that you're doing well. Fortunately, no fatalities, but yeah, hope you're. We hope for a speedy recovery, and hopefully we're all praying for you too. You're in our thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
All right. Now, moving on from the subject, I think we're gonna get a bit of a brighter episode now.
Well, first of all, I know we were gonna
Yeah.
do something else, but big news right now, out of Toronto again. Kyle Dubas is making. It looks like he's making more moves.
Did he?
He's called St. Louis up, and for me that's a big thing because there's Alex Pietrangelo obviously, but I don't know if that's the person. I think it's Colton Parayko.
Parayko, very good defenseman out of St. Louis too.
Yep,
Yeah, there's been
and
a report I read on the score this morning. A lot of players are being shopped around by Kyle Dubas and company right now. Obviously, Andreas Johansson, Alexander Kerfoot, just the regular guys. I think Freddie Anderson's name's been thrown in there. Not really a fan of that, but also at the same time I understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
way I'm seeing it is, I would love for that Parayko trade to happen if it does end up going through. But there's not much to talk about right now because even
Still in
though
developing news. Yeah.
yeah, it's still developing. So if it does happen, we'll definitely get on it. But for now, let's move on to what we had planned.
Well, without further ado, this episode will be our playoff predictions. Um, Obviously, this is a new podcast. We weren't around for the first round. However, the only three confirmed teams to be playing in the second round right now are Miami, Boston, Toronto, all advancing via the sweep. So obviously, Boston, Toronto is going to be a great series. Whoever Miami matches up against, it's looking like the Bucks right now. Great series. So we're just going to cover the rest of the teams that are in the first round right now. And then we're going to go from there. Then we're going to predict the semis. Then we'll predict the conference finals until we get to the NBA finals. Obviously, beginning September 30th at 2020. So without
And
further ado, we'd like to introduce our guest for today, our good friend, Bilal Hader. What's up, Bilal?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Not bad. How are
good
you?
here.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
All right. So, should we start out? Let's start out with the Milwaukee Orlando series. Milwaukee's up 3-1 on Orlando. This is the 1-8 game. This is easy choice. This is an easy choice for me. Orlando won game 1, but there's no way Milwaukee's giving this up.
Yeah, I completely agree. Milwaukee, yeah, Giannis is just like the most overpowered player in the league right now, and
Exactly.
yeah, there's no way they give it up. I think they easily take this.
Yeah, there's no competition right here. A couple is better than their entire team.
Acampo Flight Redux.
Yes, sir. A
Shout out to the GOAT.
the only player that the Magic remotely have close to being a good player is Aaron Gordon, and that's not enough star power. They do have some depth, but it's not enough to beat a player like Acampo, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and like their entire
Eric Bledsoe,
depth.
David DiVincenzo. Yeah, that whole team's just really deep as a whole. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna overcome them. They're too good of a team to even losing game 1 to the Magic. That was already a huge surprise to me.
Yeah, for sure.
A huge surprise to everyone watching, and it didn't really
Oh yeah,
occur
for
to
sure.
me that the Bucks could lose against the Orlando Magic in the playoffs.
All right, moving on. I think it's the same deal here with the 1-8 game in the West. Obviously, it's a bit more entertaining per se. Lakers versus Portland. Obviously, they got Dame, they got Melo, C.J. McCollum, Yusuf
He
Nurkic.
broke his back spinal, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
like there's no competition here. Lakers, there's no way. I don't think Portland is gonna push it to 6. I think Lakers got the next game down.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
and
so too.
yeah.
All right, 4 versus 5.
We've never seen LeBron give up a lead ever in his career before, and I don't think that's gonna happen now.
Definitely
So
not.
yeah, this one's wrapped up. It was
Yeah.
fun in the beginning when everyone was like, "Oh, Blazers can go to the finals and win. They can beat the Lakers." It was fun. Everyone had their fun. Everyone had their time. But I think when it's all said and done, we'll know this as the series that LeBron James dominated the Portland Trail Blazers.
Okay, yeah, everyone was saying that, but I think at the end of the day, deep down, everyone knew the Lakers and LeBron were still going to come on top. There's too much star power in the team. You've got AD, you've got LeBron, you got some great role players like.
Those are both the names you need just to justify any win. If you
Yeah.
just say LeBron and Anthony Davis, then I think
Together on the same team.
Yeah, for the
Together-
most part, that justifies every win. Yeah, you're right.
that justifies anything.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are they're going to steamroll through the first 2 rounds. And then, obviously, there may be some controversial decisions in the conference finals, but we'll see based off our predictions.
All right,
All right,
first competitive series so far.
4v5, Houston and OKC. Who do you guys have?
I got Houston, to be honest.
Houston. All right, they're without Russell Westbrook. Kind of a small team. They're tied up 2-2 right now. I think I've got OKC.
To be honest, I got no idea.
You got no idea. Yeah, this is just such a great series, honestly, to watch. I think besides this series, it's just because the two teams aren't that mainstream, right? At least not now.
They're somewhat mainstream because there's James Harden, and then OKC's a really low, like good depth, underrated team that'll just get under your skin and just do whatever it takes to win. But then
it just got casted under the blue a bit because we got Los Angeles, Dallas battling it out. We got the Dame Show and LeBron in one series, and then obviously
lots of Russell Westbrook.
Exactly. Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell. Those guys are going nuts in that series. So kind of under the blue right now.
All eyes are on everything else but the series right now.
Exactly, but it's a really good competitive series.
Yeah, but I think I got Houston Rockets because, just because of their play style. You have James Harden who could score at any given moment. One of the not purest, but greatest scorers in NBA history. Putting up crazy much stats, like 50-point triple doubles when his team needs it, and I don't think this is going to be
60 points. Okay, are you sure you're not talking about his teammate Russell Westbrook here?
James Harden had a 57-point triple double, I think, last season in his in
one time.
That is true.
He's gonna do it out on the big stage against OKC. One of the best teams in the NBA. They've got great depth, just a well-rounded team. Against Steven Adams too down there. You got SGA, you got Chris Paul.
It goes both
Danilo
ways.
Gallinari.
It goes both ways. He's a great player, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do have
Yeah,
another game like that right now.
I don't know. They're not winning the
we're
series.
not only talking about 50-point triple doubles. We're talking about production as a general.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Incredibly
sure.
Production in general, but then
super consistent.
people don't realize this guy's got to single-handedly carry the Rockets to this dub because Russ isn't there to carry the load off him.
That is true, but I still think Harden is capable of carrying a team like that.
He is, but look at OKC.
One-time thing. Brian, listen to me. Not once in his career, but 15 different times, James Harden has dropped a 40-point triple double. Second most in NBA history. I don't like when his team really needs it. We know he could step up. He's done it so many times over, and I don't see this as an exception. James Harden is a great player. Even though I don't like his playstyle personally, I find it not to be true basketball, and I find it to be somewhat selfish. He's still a great basketball player. You can't deny that, and he puts up numbers and helps.
That. I didn't say that. I just say
I don't think there's any exception to that tonight.
But just look at the depth that OKC has. They got Chris Paul, they got SGA, Dennis Schroeder off the bench, Andre Roberson, great defender. You got Danilo Gallinari. He's been insane this year. Steven Adams, dude, like look at this team. They're so good.
Basketball isn't the NBA isn't a hockey or baseball league. Depth doesn't matter as much as it does. It's all about star power in the NBA.
Well, yeah, but you put on SGA, you put on CP3 on James Harden. Like that's gonna limit the damage. And look at all the offense that OKC's getting. Well, you got
is not locking up James Harden. I'm telling you that for a
they're not.
There's no
I
way.
didn't say he's locking him up, but he won't. Yeah, and you put Roberson on him, but like. You got one guy on offense for Houston. You got James Harden. PJ Tucker is Mr. Bricks down in the corner.
It's a big thing. But Houston Rockets have depth as well. They have James Harden, Russell Westbrook is out right now. They have Robert Covington, a great shooter and defender for at the power forward position.
Good. He's their center though. Roko's their center right now. Steven Adams will lock his ass up.
Eric Gordon is a 3-and-D player who could do it all. There's PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker's shooting like bricks like nobody's business right now.
He's a good defender.
Good defender, but he just can't shoot the ball right now.
I think he could shut. I think PJ Tucker he could slow down CP3.
I don't know, man, but it'll be definitely.
Yeah, I do agree.
This series is gonna go to 7 games. I know that for sure.
7 games, yeah.
Maybe
7 games. It's anybody's series there, but like, I'm just saying, like. OKC's offense, like they just might overwhelm.
Nah, I think it's the opposite. I think Rockets and Harden might overwhelm the OKC. If it goes to 7 games, I'm giving it to Rockets. But if not, I'm giving it to the OKC Thunder.
I don't know, man. You just got to look at the starting lineup. It's insane. You got
Harden's
CP3.
It's got to be Harden stepping up.
Then you got Roberson, Gallinari, Steven Adams. That's in. Oh. Guys, come on, let's wake up here.
It all depends on Harden. If Harden steps up, I think the Rockets win this series. But if he's asleep, if he's even just decent, they don't win. It's all on Harden.
No chance.
It's all on Harden.
Harden is an exceptional player, as we've seen time and time again.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I think he could do it.
All right. We'll just have to wait and see.
Let's move on. Denver, Utah.
To be honest, I got Utah winning because at one point they were up 3-1 in the series. Donovan Mitchell's playing like the next MVP out there. He's playing like I don't even know how to describe. He's Jordan-esque.
This guy's playing out of his mind. He's going nuts out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to Utah too.
Same here about the 3-man sweep, Utah.
But I think the Utah Jazz take this one because they just have depth, as we talked about. They Donovan Mitchell is an amazing star who has experience in the playoffs, so I think he can do it, and I think they'll just be able to tough it out this one.
That's true. Yeah, Denver's a great team, but they can't. Donovan Mitchell's just been so overwhelming.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great upset though. 13 for 60, and Denver doesn't look like it's in the best position right now.
All right. The Clippers and Dallas lost series at the West in the first round. What do you guys have?
I say Clippers.
Yeah. Clippers. I would like the Mavericks to win because I think that
Yeah,
just makes
same.
a more entertaining series, and that proves that Luca is here. He's here now. He's here to stay, and he can
Regardless, Luca's
score
the next
anything.
go.
Yeah.
Oh
Regardless,
yeah,
Luca's the next go.
I don't think that the Mavs need to win. I think he's already proven that he is a top player in this league.
Yeah, I would say top 5 player in this league right now.
Yeah, and he's only
Exactly,
getting
but
better.
yeah, but nonetheless, this has been the most fun and entertaining series to watch. And PG-13, a message to you, buddy. You've got to step it up here.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, cut him some slack. He did have a
PG-13.
great game. He did have a
He had a
great game.
bounce back
35
game, but
points.
he had a bounce back game. But if you play like how you're playing in 1, 2, 3, 4, the Clippers
Yeah.
are screwed next series. I'm telling you that.
Like this is even
Yeah.
worse.
Well, not
Than,
screwed but like if they match up against Denver, they're screwed.
I mean, I don't even. I'd say the way PG-13's been playing is like even worse than Mitch Marner in that qualifying round. Because Marner, you
For
could tell
sure.
he was playing really solid defensively, and and you could tell he was trying really hard. It's just that he was getting shut down because the
Nothing was wrong.
Blue Jackets are just that kind of team. But PG-13, he's playing so bad right now. He's not playing to that level that we know he can.
Yeah. To the all NBA level that we all expect from him. That's why it's really disappointing to see as fans.
Now let's move. Now we're on to the second round. We'll start off with the top side, the one side of the East. We'll have Milwaukee and Miami. We come to that consensus decision. Bit of an out there pick, but honestly, I think Miami takes this.
I agree 100%. Miami.
Like you
Oh.
look at you look at the Bucks. They're just not built for the playoffs. They're such a good regular season team, but like Boldenhauser does just not know how to coach this team in the playoffs. For some reason, they just always run into a rock wall in the playoffs, and I don't think this year's an exception. Giannis is definitely leaving next year. They're not going to find any playoff success. Quote me on that. Guarantee going to Toronto or Miami.
I was I'm gonna agree with that. Like I still believe that if Giannis can clutch up, this series goes to the Bucks.
7
But
games.
yeah,
7 games at most. It's not going. The Bucks aren't winning this series.
they're just such a badly coached team. I don't think they're gonna be able to do it.
Don't get me wrong. Boldenhauser is an amazing coach. This
But
guy's a
you
great
just said
coach.
it in the
He just
playoffs.
can't coach this team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like they got absolutely exposed last year in the conference finals against the Raptors. And like the Heat are just so deep. Like look at this roster they have. It's insane. You have Jimmy Buckets. Tyler Hero's been out of this world. He's been such an amazing player this year. We got Bam. We all know what he can do. Duncan Robinson. Kendrick Nunn. You got Dragic, Iguodala. You got the two veteran presences.
You got Derrick Jones Jr. who could make a play any given time.
Exactly.
He's really
Jay Crowder's on that team.
Yeah.
You got Kelly Olynyk.
Shoot 3-and-D player. Not always consistent, but shows up when you need him to. And I think that just because the Bucks have been playing so they've been underperforming. I don't know if it's playoff pressure or they're in a different environment in the bubble, but they have been constantly underperforming in the bubble. And I think it's just sad to see as NBA fans because we expected so much more of them. And because they're not performing and Miami's performing out of this world compared to them, they 4-0'd the Pacers, which were a seed ahead of them. So if the Milwaukee Bucks can't 4-0 7 seeds down, then I don't think we're gonna have any trouble saying that Miami is gonna win this series in around 5 to 6 games.
No, absolutely not. But like, you come even pre-Rona, going into the playoffs because we were pretty close to it. What the season paused at like March 14th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, around there.
Like the Bucks, I knew deep down all this time they're never gonna win a chip with this Giannis core unless they make significant changes. They're such a good regular season team, but they just can't perform in the playoffs, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. It's not gonna happen.
I think it's kind of like a Dwayne Casey thing in the Raptors.
Exactly. That's exactly what it
He's
is.
he's such a good coach, and they perform so well in the regular season, but they get into the playoffs and it just all falls apart. And then they bring in Nick Nurse. He obviously did a really good job because the Raptors win and they're still doing really good now
You
with a
can't
worse
compare
team
this to
than last
you
year.
can't compare this to the 2019 season. It's completely different because they're
Well,
not moving Giannis. They're not getting another superstar here.
well, they're
Milwaukee's
Yeah,
a
not.
and I
small
think
market
that's the
team.
problem.
Who are they going to trade? Their roster is so much better than the Raptors ever was. Period. Plain and simple.
And I think the lack of a second star or second player
All
that
right,
could.
don't disrespect Chris Middleton like
Yeah,
that, but
Middleton's their second player.
he's definitely,
Middleton is a
but like
great player. I'm not doubting that. But then a star, like
that's
someone that
true.
could come out and drop 30, 35 when Giannis is not there. I don't think Chris Middleton has that every single night.
He doesn't.
That's true. That is true.
And honestly, like in a game 7, 2 seconds left on the board, you're down by 3. Giannis can't take that
To
shot.
be honest, yeah, if Chris Middleton takes it, I'm not trusting it as much as.
Like I still have some confidence in him, but like I wouldn't have as big confidence as like if say like someone like Steph Curry was shooting the shot.
Oh, even Kawhi.
Even Kawhi, KD, all those
Paul
guys.
George, yeah, all those great players that you can like provide on night in, night out that get the job done every single night.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next series. Boston, Toronto.
This is
I've got
the
Toronto.
only thing that's already been set. Yeah,
Yeah, I've got Toronto.
Yeah, I got Toronto.
I got Toronto as well.
Yeah, there's a great
Toronto just a better team in general. They have more depth. They have
better
more
coaching.
star power because Pascal is really young and he is
I
a
wouldn't say more star power. They don't have as much
They
star
don't have
power
the
as the
star
Celtics.
power. It's only Pascal and then maybe Lowry, but
Maybe
probably
Larry
not.
at most.
Larry
Look at the
shows his
Celtics.
talent.
You got Tatum, you got Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward, Jalen Brown. It's a really good team. But I just think at the end of the day, the Raptors are just gonna outplay them with their defense.
And I think
Plain and simple.
and their depth obviously they had that really good game off the bench, and
Mm-hmm.
and Nick Nurse. Like, we were just saying it. He knows how to coach that team and get the best out of them, and it's obviously working because they got that sweep in the first round. And
Yeah,
yep, I think that the Raptors take this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt Devlin, announcer for the Raptors, he had this really amazing quote that really stuck with me over the last week during the Brooklyn series. He said, "Everything that NBA fans say Brad Stevens is what Nick Nurse is, but on a larger scale." Like I think that's completely accurate. Like Nick Nurse is so out of this world good at his job. It's mind boggling. And everything that like Brad Stevens, everyone say, oh, best coach, best coach, best coach. But like honestly, man, Nick Nurse so much better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. Brad Stevens is a great coach,
He
but
is.
he gets he gets too much credit because he has great players. He has Kemba Walker, he has Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. He has so many good players, and he's not doing all the work. Like the Raptors, they have Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet sometimes shows up, and then you have Kyle Lowry. Who else does he have to rely on? Like Jalen Brown can like drop 20, 24 points. Nobody else on the Raptors could do that other than Pascal, sometimes Kyle Lowry, sometimes Fred VanVleet. So I
Yeah,
think coaching is what separates these two teams here. Like Nick Nurse is just a better coach than Brad Stevens.
and you know what? I think Gasol is a big part of that. He just spaces out the floor so well. He allows he allows players like Siakam, Lowry, and Van Vliet to move around. So I think he's going to be a big part of the series, and
Yeah.
the Raptors are going to win.
This is also why we brought Marcus All in because of Nick Nurse, just how his system works. He wants them to shoot, right?
Yeah,
And
but
yeah,
there is the argument that if Taco Fall gets some serious playing minutes, which I doubt he will,
he won't.
if he does, can he make have a serious impact on the game and
He's
change
too
the
inexperienced. He doesn't have any experience. Like
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a
forget playoff experience. Like this guy doesn't even have any regular season like minutes. Like this guy he had that one viral video. That's it. Because the fans
yeah.
were like begging Stevens to put him in the game. So throw that out of the water. Like he's not playing. All right, now we got the Lakers series. Okay, we couldn't decide on who was winning this series. You guys had
No,
Houston.
we
I had
decided it
OKC.
was 2-1 Rockets. We decided it was 2-1 Rockets.
2-1. Okay, well, it doesn't matter because either way, Lakers are beating whoever they get.
Yeah.
So-
Like no doubt, no question.
No doubt. We're like, I don't. There's no need for discussion on this one. Okay, well, it's not even gonna be close.
For both teams to handle by far.
Whatever
LeBron James,
teams-
without even the need for Anthony Davis, LeBron is too much for these teams alone. I think the Portland Trailblazers are better than both these teams, and LeBron took them out. So I don't think he'll have any trouble dealing with either of these teams.
Whatever team they get, they're gonna get exposed. That's as much as I'm gonna say. All right, now we got the Utah Clippers series. Again, I don't think this is really a discussion. Clippers,
Yeah.
easily. Like
Yeah.
Clippers, I don't think it'll be so as easy as you think.
it won't be as easy as you think because Donovan's playing out of his mind. But
Donovan's
again,
still-
you put
Jordan at-
Kawhi on Donovan.
Yeah, it's over. It's Kawhi.
I think
There's no
it's
one
not, I
getting
don't think
past
it's
this guy.
over, but I think the most it's going to is a game 6. I think it'll. I don't think it's going to be a sweep.
Yeah,
But
I
it'll-
I personally think it's gonna be a sweep. I
I
think
don't think it's
Kawhi.
going to be a sweep. Donovan, people tend to forget how good the Utah Jazz actually are. They're like such an underrated team. They're a small market team, so no one pays attention to them, right? But like they're actually a good team. Donovan Mitchell keeps on going off, right? Even with Kawhi on him, this is like
I think Kawhi is just
KD.
that good.
Can Kawhi lock up KD? Yeah,
Well-
kind of barely, but like Donovan
He-
Mitchell's playing like that right now.
I mean, if there's anyone in the history of the NBA that could do it, it's Kawhi.
history
Kawhi,
of the
he's
NBA.
not-
You're reaching that a little bit too much, but then I don't
Okay,
think.
Akash. Also, keep in mind though, we didn't get the Raptors did not get a single sweep in last year's playoffs.
Oh yeah, I know.
So what makes you think Kawhi single-handedly could stop the Utah Jazz? They can't. It's gonna go to 5 games. It's gonna go 5-6. I don't think it's gonna go to 7, but they're not sweeping the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell's just too
Jazz-
good.
The Jazz are also a really good, have a pretty good starting lineup. They have Joe Ingles, a small forward that could shoot, space the floor.
Shoot for days.
He's a really experienced player. They have Bojan Bogdanovic, who's a clutch player and gets the job done when you need him to. You have Rudy Gobert, mind-boggling defensive player of the year type.
He-
center. And you
He's
have
so
Donovan-
good. He locked down the whole NBA. Like this guy's amazing.
That is fair.
And Donovan Mitchell, who, as we know, is playing like Michael Jordan out here, dropping 50-point games left, right, and center. So I don't know if it'll be even. I think my prediction is they'll push it to a game 7. Roughly, they'll have to grit and grind it out, but they'll push it to a game 7, but still end up losing because Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Kawhi Leonard, and every single player on the Clippers is going to be too much to handle.
Yeah, I call Clippers in 6.
I say Clippers in 7.
All right. Now let's go back to the East Conference Finals. Toronto versus Miami. Bilal's a huge, avid Miami fan. I think things are
Both
gonna
of you are
get
huge
heated
avid
here.
Toronto fans, so
Bro,
Not
you
it.
can't flame us for supporting our hometown team.
Yep.
blame me for supporting my favorite team since I was 4.
I didn't flame you. Did I say anything? You're like, oh, you're always like, oh, you guys are waste youths for doing this. Oh my, shut up, man. Toronto in 7.
Okay, so I have
Toronto in
Miami
7.
winning in 7.
No, they're not
No,
winning.
they're
in
not
7.
winning. I'm sorry.
Toronto
They're a good
7.
team.
Miami is- okay, what is it? What?
Wait,
do
time
you
out.
think the
Before you
Raptors
talk, okay? I'll give you, it'll get pushed to 7. Miami, I honestly believe they're that good. Eric Spoelstra is an amazing coach. They've got great depth. They've got a great team. I'll give you that. They're going to push it to a game 7. But are they winning a 7-game series against the Toronto Raptors?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I do believe.
Absolutely not.
Okay. First, our biggest problem against the Raptors will be Pascal Siakam because he is your best player, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Who's going to lock him up?
Listen. Miami, in the 3 times that we played you guys this year, have won 2-1. Once in the bubble is the only time you guys won, which was right before the playoffs began.
But
And
notice
2 other
how
times,
we
beat
were
you guys
actually healthy
2
in the
other
bubble.
times we beat you guys by 20. Should I tell you how we beat you by 20? We put Bam Adebayo on Pascal Siakam, and he held him to under 12 points both games. 12 points. Your star player, your best player on your team, your franchise player, held under to 12 points 2 times, guarded by the same person. I don't think there's a debate. Pascal Siakam is out of the equation.
But also realize that the Raptors were healthy in the bubble.
That is
You
true.
also realize they were healthy at the beginning of the season, where he was held to only 8 points.
Okay, 1 game, but what about the other game? It's a 7-game series. Is this a 3-game series all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's the
No.
thing. That's the thing. If it's one game,
Below.
if
Wait.
Also have to
if
realize
it's
The
one game,
playoffs and the regular
over.
season are a completely
Fine.
different story.
Tyler Hero's developed more because he got more experience. Kendrick Nunn is the third best rookie in the league. Tyler Hero's the second best rookie in the league. Miami have proved over and over
Second
again.
best rookie in the league? Are
Are
you
you
stupid?
Grit and grind.
Are you stupid? Tyler Hero is the second best
I
rookie
said
in the
fifth
league.
best, my friend.
You said the
Fifth best.
second
you said
best.
second. You said second.
I apologize.
Okay, forget that.
We have
Let me read-
recording.
Let me read the
I
Raptors roster.
apologize.
Kyle Lowry, All-Star.
Kyle Lowry,
Fred
okay.
VanVleet.
Hold on, Rockets has
He's gonna
proven
get like 15.
Kyle
No,
Lowry.
you shut up and listen to me now. Wait. You shut up and listen to me now. We got Kyle Lowry. Fred VanVleet's been insane. You know Steady Freddy in the playoffs. Amazing. Amazing. He's been great. Last year he was great. He clutched up against the Warriors. We got
That
Pascal
was last
Siakam.
year. How have you been playing this playoffs?
No. You listen to me. We got Pascal Siakam, Marc Gasol, OG Anunoby, such a good defender, wing scorer. This guy's great. Serge Ibaka, Norman Powell, Matt Thomas is like, holy God, this guy looks like Steph Curry out there. That's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Chris Boucher, Patrick McCall's a good luck charm. Stanley Johnson's amazing in the playoffs apparently. Got RHJ. This guy can log. This guy is like a great defender, man. Like anywhere you play our team, whoever you have on the court, like this team's just so good defensively. And we got the offense. We got Freddie. We got Kyle. We got Pascal. OG can drive and get some buckets once in a while. Obviously, Gasol and Ibaka can get buckets for us. Norm, Matt Thomas. We need some scoring off the bench.
Yes. Okay. But Miami's depth is insane as well. You cannot.
I'm not denying that.
Miami has a star.
I'm not denying that. It's just the Raptors are more experienced right now.
Miami has a known star, Jimmy Butler, who could do it all: shoot the ball, facilitate, play defense, run the break, rebound. He is a player package that you're looking for in a franchise type player. You have him. You have Tyler Hero.
I didn't deny that. I just don't think.
I did. I know. Did I say you did? I didn't. I was just pointing it out so you keep that in your memory. You have Tyler Hero, a great offensive player who could shoot the 3-ball, make plays, is a shifty guard, and he could just set up offense for your teammates. Bam Adebayo, a great defensive player from Miami and a great offensive player, consistently getting 20-point double-doubles in the playoffs. Duncan Robinson, who is now, since the bubble and right before the bubble, has proven he is here to stay as a 3-point shooter. He is one of the best 3-point shooters in the league and was an all-star
Thomas.
3-point.
Matt Thomas. We have Matt Thomas.
Duncan Robinson, by far, has proven he is a better 3-point shooter. Not by far, but he has proven he is a better 3-point shooter, and we have that over. Last game...
Okay, let's search up stats here.
7 from 8 for 3. 7 from 8. That type of consistency and 3-point shooting is insane, especially in the playoffs. This is I'm pretty sure his first playoffs in. He's a rookie right now. This is his first playoffs, and he's putting numbers up.
Thomas is a rookie too.
Okay, did I say he was bad? I'm just saying Duncan Robinson is a better player and a better 3-point shooter. Goran Dragic, an experienced guard who can match up against Kyle Lowry. I'm not saying he's better than Kyle Lowry, but he can.
Time out.
He could slow him down. I'm not listening to your timeout. This is my moment to talk. He could slow him down, and that's going to be a big thing for us. Iguodala, a Finals MVP with that type of experience, Miami is going to do.
Matt Thomas, 47.5% from 3 this year. Duncan Robinson, 44.6. Your point? I think I win this argument.
Who shoots more? Who shoots more and makes more shots? Who's been proven to be a more clutch scorer? Who's a better scorer?
Okay, did I say clutch scorer? No, but as a 3-point shooter in general, Matt Thomas is better. You can't deny that.
Who's got more 3-point shots? Who has got more minutes and got the opportunities? I don't care if your percent is 3.
You sound like you're under the water right now.
That man, it's over. There's no debate. Duncan Robinson is a better 3-point shooter, and he will do better for us than.
No, he's not. Have you seen Matt Thomas live?
Did Matt Thomas make the All-Star 3-point All-Star game?
That's because he's overall not a better player.
I didn't say he's an overall better player. He's just a better 3-point shooter.
He's a 3-point shooter, and that's why he got picked to be on that.
Why do you sound like you're underwater right now?
I have to scream at you and tell you basic knowledge that every human being should know, but it's clearly you're too stupid and covered by your own bias that you can't understand the dumb.
Bias? You're surrounded in, you're like swimming in your Miami bias right now.
You just you said that you
Every
just,
single
bias,
NBA fan
literally the whole
knows that
world is the
you
whole
just
world
said you
recognizing
just
him being a great 3-point shooter. Nobody knows Matt Thomas. This is like the third time I'm hearing of him in my entire life. You
you
cannot
just
compare.
said that,
because he's
but you
so
said that
underrated.
you just said that Goran Dragic is almost as good as Kyle Lowry.
I said no, I never said that. You're not hearing me properly. I said that he
Because
can
you
match
sound like
up
you're
well
underwater
against
right
Kyle
now.
Lowry and slow him down.
Okay, slowing him down is completely different from shutting him down. I don't.
Shutting him down. We don't have a Kawhi Leonard, and neither do you guys. How are you guys gonna shut down Jimmy Butler? How are you gonna shut down Tyler Hero? How are you guys gonna shut down Bam Adebayo?
I mean, we already said OG is a
Ibaka,
really OG is a
Anunoby.
Ibaka and OG. Ibaka and OG are both really, really good defenders, and you can't
Yes,
even deny that.
OG can guard all 5 positions. Yes, that's totally possible.
OG can guard up to the
Fred
one.
VanVleet, Steady Freddy steps it up in the playoffs. Kyle Lowry just got cake for days. Boy, come on.
If your argument is kick for days, I don't think you have a say in this, my friend.
Bro, Kyle Lowry's good defensively too, man.
Good defensively, but yes, he gets charges here and there. He makes great plays for the Raptors, but then Miami is also a grit and grind type of team. The Raptors and Miami have a similar style. Hardest worker gets playing time, gets the most minutes, and all of that. Like we had the same coaching, like not necessarily coaching style, but our coaches are both really smart.
Great coaches.
Miami, yeah,
Hence
both
why,
Spoelstra.
this series is gonna go down to the wire. I think I call 3-4 games are going to OT. This is going down to 7. This is going to 7.
Yeah, 3-4
Yeah.
games going to OT, definitely going to a 7-game series. But
Yeah.
in the end, I see Miami winning.
Hell no.
No,
But I'm
no.
calling it right now.
Let me explain to you.
I'm
Let me
calling-
explain to you. You guys,
Okay, no,
you
we're
guys,
done. We're
saying that
done.
you
We've got to move on. We've got to move on. This has been way too long. But in the end, honestly, this is going to be the best series we're going to see all
Yeah.
playoff long.
I think we can all agree on that. I
guys,
think we can all agree on that.
Grit and grind series where two teams fight it out, fight for their position, and they were overlooked the entire season until now, where people
Okay,
are.
I said we're done. We're moving on.
Brother, I'm
Okay.
giving my final comments. Can you let me?
Battle of the
And
LA
you-
teams. Lakers, Clippers. I think. Who do you guys have? I have the Lakers.
I got the
man,
Lakers.
LeBron is too much for them to handle.
Exactly.
I think, yeah, obviously I think it's gonna be the Lakers, but once again, Kawhi is a special player. If he steps up again and LeBron isn't as
Nobody
good
can
as we
stop
know he
LeBron.
can be,
No one can
but
stop LeBron.
no, but I'm saying,
and then okay, even if he does get locked down, LeBron gets locked down. Who's stopping AD?
yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's what I mean. It's all Kawhi, and if Kawhi is not like how good he was last year, and LeBron and AD don't like step it back a bit, then then there's no other way. So I
Exactly.
think it's Lakers.
LeBron's gonna step it back a bit after coming from performances like that in at Portland, where he dropped how much was it, 30 and 38,
Yeah.
near doubles both games. I don't think LeBron's gonna be slowing down anytime soon. I think playoff LeBron is here. Like we haven't seen playoff P. We've only seen playoff P for one game, and we've seen LeBron for I think 3 games. He's here. He's here to stay, and he's gonna take over the West, and he's going to the finals no matter what way you look at. I have the Lakers winning in 6 games.
Yep.
Yep, 6 games. That's what I said.
Okay, the NBA Finals. Before we get started here, I'd just like to say, the Bucks, the Heat, the Celtics, the Raptors.
Majority wins. I will give the Raptors
Before this, the Raptors, Celtics, Heat, and Bucks, they're all swimming in depth. The only thing the Western Conference teams have
is star power.
Yep,
star
star
power.
power.
They only have the starting lineup. They don't have any depth. They don't have any bench players. Not even that. Any bench players from all 4 teams could very easily well be starting players on other teams.
Yep.
Like
100% agree.
the Western Conference teams are just swimming in star power. That's all they have. So honestly, whichever one of these 4 teams make the finals, I honestly think they're taking it. But
Yes.
for this purpose, like Bilal said, because we did win majority, the Raptors, I think, are going to beat the Lakers in the finals. It'll be a tight series because of how much star power they have. But LeBronto is no more.
Yep.
Tell you
And
that.
I think, and a
No,
big
let's
thing,
Let's not base this off previous years. Let's base it on right now. LeBron has never in the past 3 years had as much help as he has right now. LeBron
That's
has
true.
more help from AD than he's ever had from Kyrie. Let's look at it realistically. It's true. It's a fact. AD's
Yep.
putting star-studding numbers, and if he wasn't with LeBron right now, he would be in the MVP race right now, unquestionably.
Okay, but like they
So you're
can't
saying the
play for
Lakers
the
are going
whole
to beat the
game.
Raptors? You're saying the Lakers are going to beat the
I
Raptors?
truly believe the Lakers. If the Raptors go to the finals, which I don't believe they will, but if they do, Lakers are winning. Lakers
So
are winning.
Lakers beat the Raptors. Oh, so
in the
Lakers
tough
beat the
game.
Raptors, but the Heat beat the Lakers if they make the finals. Is that what you're saying? Because based off our last argument, you're saying Miami and Raptors are really evenly matched teams, and you're saying Miami's just gonna come out on top.
Miami
So it
has
doesn't make
No,
sense if
no, no,
Miami
listen
beats
to
the
me, man.
Lakers, but the Raptors
Listen.
don't.
LeBron, Miami has a stopper for both. Miami doesn't have a stopper
Okay.
for both players. They have more defense. Okay, I'm not saying they have a better defense, but
They don't have a better defense. The Raptors have the better
The
defense.
Raptors have the better defense.
Man, listen. I said you're not listening. You're a terrible host, man. Listen. Okay, they have individual players who outshine the Raptors in defense. So you guys have overall better defense. I will admit that. But then Bam Adebayo is a great
Some
overall
respect for once. Thank you.
for a great defensive player, and I believe he has a. We've seen it happen. He has locked down the best players in the NBA from his position. He locked down Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's locked down Pascal Siakam. He's locked down many big men, and I don't think AD. I think AD is a great player, but I think he's going to be slowed down quite a bit from Bam Adebayo. And
Quite a bit. LeBron's not getting stopped by Jimmy Butler.
Can I finish? Can I finish? LeBron is never going to be stopped down, like completely shut down. He never was, other than maybe the 2014 NBA Finals, but he's never completely shut down, right?
Yep.
So I think the best we could do is the best Miami could do is slow him down. They have Jimmy Butler, a great defensive all-around player, as we saw. But I'm not saying he's gonna strap him up and beat him as a better player in the series. I'm just saying he's gonna slow him down and not let him play to LeBron standards. I feel like he's gonna play below LeBron standards, and AD is not gonna be completely shut down, but he is gonna be stopped. So you'll have two not mediocre but above average players as your stars, and everyone else is going to be stopped. But then the Raptors do not have those two players that could consistently. You guys have OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam, but
Serge
Serge
Ibaka.
Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka is
One
the
of the
best
best
defender on the
paint-
team.
or OG Anunoby
One of the
locked
best
on
paint.
AD.
One of the
Haven't seen
best
that yet.
paint defenders we've
You
ever
haven't
seen in this
seen it
game.
yet? I don't believe it.
Serge Ibaka has. I think Serge Ibaka can do the same thing that to 80 that you're saying that the Heat can do.
Bam. But like, Serge is one of the best interior defenders in the whole game.
Interior defenders, but then Anthony Davis has a shot. He developed a shot, and he's consistently hitting shots. Bam Adebayo can guard the perimeter well on big man, and he guards the interior extremely well as well.
Okay, switch over
Here's the-
Pascal then. Switch over Pascal then.
Exactly. That's the team defense coming in. They can do
This is why
they can
Raptors are the best defending teams, like defensive team in the NBA.
they
You
can
don't
guard
understand-
every
you don't
single position with different players, and nothing can stop them in that way.
You guys are saying the Raptors defense is unstoppable.
No,
We
obviously.
didn't say that. We're just saying it's good and it's so undervalued and underappreciated.
Yes,
Like you
I'm
said,
recognizing
team
the
defense of the Raptors is better than the team defense of the Heat. And yes, they have that one player, but then it
One
doesn't
player.
always come
Yeah.
down. It doesn't
You know
always
what?
come down to that one
At the end of the
player.
day, like what I said at the beginning of this finals debate, the Western Conference teams only have star power. We've got
Yes,
scoring from
I
all
do
over. Like
agree with
you
that.
just all you guys can do is put the ball in LeBron and AD's hands. What else are you gonna do? Put it in Caruso's hands, McGee's hands, Kuzma's hands for Christ's sakes? Like
JaVale's the
no.
GOAT.
Oh, wait. You do have a good argument there with depth, but remember, every single year LeBron's ever played basketball since he was an 18-year-old. LeBron has been able to play 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
He'll
Yes.
put up outstanding
48 minutes.
magnificent
Is
LeBron.
AD gonna be able to play 48 minutes?
Exactly. Can AD play 48 minutes? Because if
Remember the-
LeBron's on the court, every
You need
single
both
player
Jimmy
is guarding
Butler
LeBron.
every single time to beat the Raptors? No, I think LeBron alone has the power to beat the Raptors. He's done it before, and I think he could do it again.
Then before we had DeRozan on our team back then.
Exactly, and it's different because we had a different scheme where we weren't even as close to good as defending as we are now.
Like if you put up the 2020 Raptors against the 2017 Raptors, No, let's go prime
Wait,
DeRozan
wait,
Raptors,
wait.
2016
Am I
Raptors.
don't
We'd
know if I'm
slap the
hearing
hell out
you
of them.
correctly. I don't know if I'm hearing you guys correctly, but it sounds like to me you guys are saying that the 2020 Raptors are better than the 2018 Finals Cavs led by LeBron.
No,
Yes, they are.
No,
I
they're
don't.
not.
I don't
No,
think they are.
LeBron,
they're
no, no,
not.
no, no, no. Look what happened. LeBron had no, like, okay.
LeBron had no help and still managed to win
Listen to
every
me. No,
single game. He
it's my
still
turn to talk now.
beat them
It's
because
my
he was
turn
the
to,
best
no,
player in the league.
below, cat.
Night in
No,
and
my
night
turn to
out,
talk.
he was a
Shut up,
better
underwater.
player.
No,
There's
it's
no
my turn to
denying that
walk.
LeBron could beat the Raptors.
Nobody can understand what you're
LeBron
saying right now. You're
cannot
underwater.
the Lakers. I'm not gonna say the Lakers because the Lakers can't do it. LeBron can beat the Raptors. It's LeBron. It's all LeBron. All it's
But he
ever
can't,
come down to was LeBron, and it's gonna be LeBron again.
but he
One guy,
can't beat the Heat.
he's gonna play 48. He's gonna play 48 minutes, right? AD won't be able to do that. Who else are you gonna put the hands in? Kuzma? No.
Kuzma.
LeBron can't get every shot. Can
Yes, I
he?
do understand that, but then LeBron doesn't only have his scoring abilities. You know, LeBron, he averages a triple double in literally every single finals.
Yes, I know that, but do you
He's
realize
not
how
gonna be an
bad?
exception. You know that he has shooters on his team. I know Danny Green isn't playing the best, and Caldwell Pope
Danny
isn't
Green
playing
and
the best.
KCP are going out there to exercise. They're going out there to
Exactly.
play. They're going
Yes,
out there
yes.
for cardio for half an hour.
And
Okay,
and then that's
Instagram-
against a team that's not as good as defending at the as the Raptors.
Exactly.
Yes, you know that.
They're running cardio against the Portland Trailblazers.
Yes, but then what happened at the no. What
Think
happened
about
at
when
the
they
end
match up
of the
against the
series? Who
Clippers
still
or the
got more
Raptors.
buckets in the net, and who won that series? The
Pardon me?
Lakers.
Repeat that?
No. Yes, they were running cardio. They were running cardio for 48 minutes straight. They did not do anything. They had at most 9 points, 7 points, which is worthless,
Less
right?
than that.
So who still won the series? The Lakers.
The
That's
Lakers have
all you
not
need to know.
officially won
Who at
yet,
the
but
end of
the
the day
Lakers
will
will
win?
win.
The Lakers.
Can you get out of water, man?
And once
Yeah.
again, it's all LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is gonna get slowed down so much, no matter what.
It's all on
LeBron,
LeBron's shoulders.
exactly. It's all on LeBron, and
But I still think the Raptors win the series.
yeah, and like you keep on saying that if it's the Raptors they lose, if it's the Heat that they win, they're the exact same team. They're
Okay,
literally the
honestly,
exact same team.
Wait. So if you think the Miami Heat go into the finals against the Lakers, Miami's winning.
Yes, we literally just said that. If it's the Bucks
did we not
or the
just all
Heat,
agree on that?
yeah, we literally said
Yeah.
that.
Okay, but the Raptors don't. Okay, wait. I'm gonna say this for the last time. I do not like repeating myself. Okay, what does it? Oh, name one championship. What's an outlier? There's no outlier in this situation. What has every single championship team ever had? 2019, 2018, 2017, all the way to 1965. What has every single star championship team had?
Superstar.
A superstar player to lead them. And you guys said to my face directly, it's on call. You can read, you can listen it back, you can play it back. It's been recorded. The Raptors do not have a superstar type player. That's all I need to say.
Okay,
Uh,
but I think the wild card here is Nick Nurse. We're so much of a better coach team. Yes, Frank Vogel is a good coach.
Yes,
He's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. But
agree with you.
our system just works so much better. And not to mention the Lakers are 0. If you want to do this argument like you did with the Heat, the Lakers are 0-2 against the Raptors this year, and one of their games included all of us being injured.
Yeah, that was the big thing. That was why everyone went crazy when they won that game.
We still won by 9, and in the bubble with all our roster healthy, we won by let's see, quick maths, 15.
Okay. You know the different versions of LeBron, right? Like
Yes, I
Master
know you got
LeBron.
playoff LeBron. I know he turns it on to another level. I'm just saying, no matter what the outcome is, this is gonna be such a great series. It's gonna be a legendary finals.
Undoubtedly, a great series. I'm not denying that. There's no point in denying that. It's a factual
Game
statement.
7, going to Game 7.
Game seven, roughly game 6.
Overtime.
Overtime, multiple overtimes. I'm seeing at least 2 overtimes happening for sure. But the end, okay, you guys have great coaching. No denying that. But then the coaches can only I know I'm somewhat contradicting myself, but then Miami also wins in the statement. Miami has more superstar power and Miami has overall better players. So that's why.
More superstar power than the Lakers. I don't think
No,
you
no, no,
just said
no, no,
that.
I'm not saying Lakers. I'm not saying Lakers. I'm saying against the Raptors. That was one of my arguments, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Coaching can only because Miami and Raptors both have incredible coaching. I think they somewhat cancel each other out, and it comes down to the star power. That's why Miami wins. But I think star power is so much more than coaching as a general.
It's not just coaching though, just the whole Raptors team.
As a whole.
Exactly, as the whole Raptors team, just like they defend so well, and then they attack as a whole unit. And it's like not just Pascal Siakam, not just Fred VanVleet, not just Kyle Lowry. You see everyone chipping in.
Yeah.
Do the Lakers have anything to stop that except for LeBron and AD?
No.
Out of
It's
LeBron's 12 assists every single night, is it only to AD? Is AD the only player that ever scores off of LeBron assists, or does he distribute the ball to every single player? Everyone gets a touch and everyone gets to score. Isn't that right?
Exactly. That's because of LeBron.
We've got KCP and
That's the
Danny Green
LeBron
doing
effect.
cardio out there.
LeBron effect. That is the LeBron effect. LeBron makes every single player on your team better. He has a Hall of Fame badge on dimer and floor general. Every single time he's on the court, your team is doing much better. Okay, that is why
That I can't deny.
are
He's got
winning.
the diamond patch like me.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so good at you guys. If you guys ever see me in real life, like I'm the best basketball player you will ever see in your life.
Okay.
He is undoubtedly terrible, Brian. Stop talking. You cannot compare yourself. But at the end of the day, I think that's why the Lakers beat the Raptors.
But not the
Okay.
Heat.
Honestly, okay, let's stop. Okay, let's stop here. Let's stop here.
That's my argument.
Let's
You
stop
guys don't
here.
have
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll stop here. We'll stop here. We
We'll
got
say the
everything.
Lakers-
We got everything. Okay, shut up. We got everything out of our system. All right. So below
Yes.
has the Heat over the Lakers. Me and Akash have the Raptors over the Lakers. I think. Yes, this was a pretty heated argument that we had throughout the conference finals and the what's it called, the finals as a whole. But I think we all had really valid arguments, and we can all agree that this is going to be a wildly entertaining playoffs this year.
Crazy entertaining.
Crazy entertaining. Like this is going to go down as one of the most unique and best playoffs of all time, because this is the first year where the super team era ends, and who knows what can happen next year? Maybe another one is formed. Who knows?
And
Right?
you know what? I think we'll definitely have Bilal back after that Miami Toronto series to talk about that. Cause
Yes, sir. I would love to be back.
yeah, but it's
For sure, we'll be back.
Yep.
Well, I'll have the same attitude because I know for a fact Miami's gonna win.
What if they lose?
I don't want to talk about it I don't want to talk about it anymore because Brian's.
We're
gonna get
done.
mad.
We're all done. I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying this is getting a bit long.
Actually, no, we haven't been going for that long.
I haven't been going for that long, but like on the rate we were at, we're gonna go on for 3 hours.
All right, yeah. So how about right now, the I don't know if you want to stay around for this, Bilal, but actually no. How about
Stay on the call because we're gonna end it off soon too.
yeah? So the NHL offseason, it's in full swing right now because there's only not 4 teams. What am I saying? There's only a few teams that are still playing right now. But just by default, the NHL offseason, it is going, and the Leafs Penguins started off with that big trade yesterday, and we started off this podcast with that rumor coming out that the Leafs are looking at Colton Parayko. So another thing that just came out is Frederick Anderson is being looked at by the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh boy.
Which I don't think that's even possible. First of all,
we better be getting like Kaylor Yamamoto and a couple picks in return.
I wouldn't even say yes to that because what's the Leafs need for Kaylor Yamamoto?
Okay, but we
now?
better be getting Yamamoto and the 10th overall pick if we're getting that.
Exactly.
At least with the 10th overall pick, we can get Askarov.
Yep. Yeah. That's the only way that works out, and I mean, surely.
But even then, that's such a like we're a win now team. Like we already made a deal for the future in the Kapanen trade. So why are we making another one? Like sure, Yamamoto's an amazing player, he's a great playmaker, but like now we don't have a goalie, right?
Yeah, you need Anderson. Well, there is Joseph Wall, but
we can sign like a Robin Lehner or what's his face? Jacob Markstrom, but like, come on.
Yeah, you can't just take your trust out of Freddie after everything he's done for this team.
Exactly. He's been so good. It's just we haven't properly utilized him with their whole backup situation.
Yeah, and finally, if he plays next year, he finally gets a good backup. He's
Yeah, we
gonna
get
go
Jack
into
Campbell.
that. He's gonna go into the playoffs as long as the Leafs make it this year. He's gonna go into the playoffs completely refreshed, and you're gonna see him dominate even more than he did this year.
For
Like
sure.
this year, he was outshadowed by Corpusalo, obviously, because
Korpisalo just played out his mind.
yeah, and but the Leafs they need I'd say another 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, like a bridge, because they need to get to Joseph Wall or Ian Scott finally being able to start for the Leafs.
Yeah,
And
we definitely need a bridge goalie while staying in contention.
you know
That's
what?
why I
And
don't think
I
this deal doesn't make that much sense.
exactly I was really hoping that Freddie stays around for another 1, 2 years,
Even
maybe
three,
three.
four.
Yeah, 3, 4 years, and he splits the third year and the fourth year, something like that, with Wall or Scott, and then finally you have that Scott Wall goalie tandem that I think all Leafs fans have been raving about. It's gonna be really awesome when it turns out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I, it all gets ruined if Freddie gets traded right now, and I really hope that doesn't happen.
I don't hope that happens, but honestly, with the value that Freddie brings to the table, especially for a team like Edmonton that's been desperate for a goalie the last couple of years, I don't think that's that bad of a return to get Yamamoto and a first round pick, obviously, because Freddie's aging too, hits the market soon. I
Yeah,
guess,
that's the thing. One more year, and then you re-sign him to a short-term deal. He maybe
yeah,
retires after that, maybe not. Maybe plays as a backup somewhere else, or even a starter if he's still that good. But I think he's still the perfect goalie for the Leafs. And if they trade him, I'm gonna be pissed off unless we get something crazy back in return.
definitely. Anyways, I think that wraps up our episode for today.
And Bilal, thanks for being on.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem. It was an amazing experience. I would love to be back soon.
Oh, he'll be
yeah, he'll
back for
definitely be
sure.
back on. Yeah,
So,
probably. Yeah, debating him
I
and
don't
stuff.
know. The next episode, we're not
Oh
exactly
no, I'm
sure.
going. Yeah,
We're not
probably
exact.
won't be about hockey or rumors. Okay, I think we've got a video in the works right now where it's not a video, sorry, an episode. Just talking about a lot of trade rumors, obviously, because the NHL offseason is in full effect. We've got the baseball deadline in a week. So I think we're
Yep.
just going to address a lot of rumors and like maybe some mock trades, have some fun, have a couple ideas of who we're going to bring onto the show. It'll be a good time. Make sure to tune in.
And
Probably get it out within the next
also,
2 days.
for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a really big F1 fan, and the Belgian Grand Prix is happening in 3 days. So I might talk about that for a bit. If we get to that, but like obviously it's just a Grand Prix. There's nothing too special. So it won't be for that long. So we might get into that a bit.
Yep. Anyways, if you are on YouTube, thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment down below. Any suggestions, we'll be
We'd
happy.
love to
Or
hear
just
from you.
comments in general. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Any comments, like, I think anything, we'll be happy to respond to you. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. If you're on Spotify, thank you for listening. Make sure to follow and just share this episode. We're trying to trying to grow our brand. It'll mean a lot to us.
Yeah, from
Um,
us three, thank you for listening.
and we'll hopefully you tune in tomorrow.